Welcome back to another season of Cobras World, the show that grants you an all-access pass and behind-the-scenes look at one of South Africa's premier franchise teams, the world sports betting Cape Cobras. We aim to give you a fun-filled look at the entire team on and off the field, while unlocking the diverse characters and cultures that make up the WSB Cape Cobras. Ashwell Prince's first season in charge of the WSB Cape Cobras may not have filled the cabinet with any silverware, narrowly missing out on the four-day franchise series title, having remained in contention until the final match. The young Cobras outfit ended that competition in third place, but it was the improved performance over the duration of the season that has everyone feeling optimistic about the season ahead. There was also relative success in the shorter formats, as the side reached the semi-finals of both limited overs and T20 competitions. The new season got off to a positive start for the WSB Cape Cobras as they retained their title sponsor. The media launch day held at PPC Newlands unveiled Barron's VW Cape Town, Mitcham and the S. Ballan Group having joined forces with the Cape Cobras family.
I think we've worked a long time in trying to create this kind of synergy in a squad. Okay, and I think we've achieved it. It's a matter of ensuring in terms of succession that, and I told Ashwell them already, that we must try and ensure that we keep that kind of mix as the older guys move out. I think in cricket, like in most codes of sport at the top, you need experience, because without experience you will fall, you see. So the balance is important, but you don't have to have 8 old players, you understand me, and 8 young players. You can have 4 old players. So the vision of young is going to remain. While Ashwell is the coach, the vision of young will remain. We don't necessarily say we're going to win trophies. Last year we got to 2 semis, which we didn't expect because of the kind of team we had. You know, and the new guys were just being introduced into the system. This year, we have said to him that we need to get at least 2 semis, but we should win 1 throw final.
Puneet Ballan, chairman of the S. Ballan Group, was present at the media launch, where he announced that his company would be an associate sponsor for the next 3 years.
This all started with my dear friend JP when he was playing for Delhi Daredevils, and he saw the interest that we have, and we have been doing a lot of things in India back and for cricket and for young cricketers and talent, and that is how we started discussing on the associate sponsorship for Cape Cobras. See, I have been following them last season, and whatever I have discussed with Mr. Dean also, the team is a very young team, and they have young players and young talent. And I think more than the youngness of the team, they are a very strong-headed team. So they are determined to do what they want to do. And that is why I think we chose to go ahead with Cape Cobras. And ultimately, as we are aiming this, we have already signed the contract for 3 years. And we are looking, our ultimate aim is to buy out the team or buy a stake in the Cape Cobras.
Set on the pine-whispering slopes of a beautiful corner of the Elgin Valley, Old Mac Daddy Adventures welcomed the WSB Cape Cobras with open arms for their annual getaway and team building. Their artist-themed Airstream trailer units got the breakaway off to a fun start and set the tone for what turned out to be the ideal venue.
I couldn't believe that when we drove in here, I couldn't even see anything with the rain. Then all of a sudden, you just come up this hill, gravel road, and it's not what you expect. I've heard good things about the place, and it didn't disappoint me. I mean, I am rooming with Calvin, and they said it's the dream. So obviously we are the dream team. The boys know it, and I didn't ask for it. Obviously just got it, so it must mean something. The thing that I like the most is there's no cell phone signal, and there's no TVs, so you can really connect with one another, and that's the main thing for me. Roddy Kleinfeld loves camping. I love camping. So when we go away, we like to go to places where there's no cell phone signal, and you can connect with the people around you, which is the best thing.
I saw, like, I came here and I saw the caravans and I thought, yo, okay, this might be a bit dodgy. But then, like, you go in and it's flipping luxury. The bathrooms are lovely. The room is warm. It's unbelievable. And I was staying in numbers room, I think. So it's full of numbers and stuff like that. So it's quite cool. Like hopscotch. So it's different, but it's really nice. I was staying with JP Duminy, which is quite nerve-wracking, I'd say. But in essence, he's a really nice guy. So it's quite easy. Just normal, like speaking to a normal person. So it's quite nice.
I actually sort of picked my room because I was part of sort of setting the players up, and we stay in hotel rooms all the time. So I was actually quite open to going into one of the caravans. You know, it's lekker to get into a different environment out here in the nature, and it's chilled and it's not the hustle and bustle of the city. It's been a lovely experience, and we'd like to thank everybody at Old MacDaddy for inviting us and sponsoring us with this opportunity to come here. And I'm sure a lot of the guys actually, by listening to the comments, have enjoyed it and are going to be bringing either their families or their partners back to come and enjoy some chill out time here, because it's a lovely venue.
A few new faces were added to the Cobras stables in the off-season, and they, together with some stalwarts, were taken out of their comfort zone with a few interesting team-building activities. The team took a trip back to their childhoods with a tug-of-war, potato sack and wheelbarrow races before taking on some 60-second challenges.
Communication is always the key in your workplace, whatever, especially with them in the game as well. Communication, that's something that that's my highlighting as well. Communication is the key. And no one knows. I don't know how David operates. I don't know how Peto operates. And we're gonna do something as a team. And if we connect as a team. The first thing when I start doing a team building, it's an icebreaker, because that's something like a war dance, like, you know, the haka of the All Blacks. And that war dance actually break that ice, and it brings everyone together and to stand united.
Cobra boys, we are gonna beat you. We will rock you.
The first thing when I heard Boere sport, I asked Brookie, what is Boere sport? Because I thought maybe it's some agricultural stuff we're gonna do, and you know, I actually literally looked at the word. Coming in here and really seeing the guys laughing and joking around with no pressure, you get to see another side of him and expressing himself. So I thought it was quite fun, the jumping of the bag and the blowing of the cards, and you know, the small games that you think it's easy, but you actually have to knuckle down and get into it. So I think that's a nice touch to have. And down at the beach bar now, the boys will chill out there before we have the cook-off later. It's just been such a pleasant time to be around guys away from the game with no pressures and no real distractions, which is really, really cool for me.
Yeah, look, I mean, I think, you know, if there's one thing in our squad is that people are always willing to partake in those type of things, and especially with banter, and you know, people don't have a problem with the mickey being taken out of them, I think, or being the person that's being laughed at, which is good, you know. So yeah, I mean, the guys have been doing some of the activities and really just enjoying each other's company.
Team building is not just fun and games, as the team took some time to solidify their plans for the upcoming season.
So I want to create a team culture, a set of values that we want to sort of live by every day, that we can hold each other accountable for. So that's one of the reasons why we are here to set those type of values out, and then obviously carry that into the season and live that day to day. And then obviously, you know, team building for me is about trying to create a certain sort of spirit within the group of players, so that, you know, during tough times in the season, it's that spirit that will sort of keep people together. Because it's inevitable that during the course of the season, 6-7 month season, that you will have some tough times. And, you know, in those situations, it's more that spirit that keeps everyone going rather than sort of having another net practice or another fielding practice type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just want to give guys maybe a day off, relax, but you know that there's a good spirit in the camp, and when they come back to work, that you know they're going to be refreshed and ready to go again.
The strat sessions in the morning have been brilliant. We had one on arrival, and then one this morning again. It was good to hear how the players have matured over the last season. If you happy off the field and in the dressing room, the natural thing that will happen out in the field, you go out there and express yourself. There's no real baggage, so it's important if the guys are happy off the field, they can just go out there and really express themselves. That's the main thing for me. And that's what we're driving, not only myself, but the whole leadership group of the team, with Ashwell JP and Faik Davids and Russell Aspling helping us along and really getting into that uncomfortable spaces and then sharing knowledge with everyone in the squad. We're with one another throughout the season for 6 months. It's our family away from our real families. So it's been a fruitful session for us, and I'd like to thank Old McDaddy for hosting us. It's been very, very good.
Well, we hope you've enjoyed your behind-the-scenes look at the WSB Cape Cobras. Don't forget to follow us on social media and also check out the official Cobras World magazine. Until next time.